Hello, my name is Ian Weller, and the complex problem I have chosen to explore this semester is economic inequality and the effect it has on youth in America. Economic inequality is a real problem in America, and it has been for a long time, and it is getting worse and worse as time goes on. The top 20% of Americans are 8.5 times richer than the bottom 20%, as you can see by the chart on the right side of this slide. America is second in income equality of developed countries, behind only Singapore. Adding to that, America has less social mobility than any other developed country. The nation's middle class is dwindling, and this is increasing economic inequality. The nation's middle class, which constituted 61% of Americans in 1971, in 2021 made up just 50% of Americans. This is a problem we must not only keep from getting worse, but also start repairing so that there is equal opportunity amongst all Americans, particularly those who are trying to get into and pay for college to make their own chances of rising up to or staying in the middle class even better. Why does this matter? Adults with no more than a high school degree have experienced a sizable decline in employment rates. College costs more than it ever has, and with no way of going to college, people are left with a job pool that pays far lower wages than their college-educated counterparts. This is leading to further economic inequality. It is significantly harder for those coming from poorer families to attend and finish college earning a bachelor's degree. In the article, Closing College Doors, How Higher Education Sacrifices Opportunity to Privilege, Katie Hancock states two alarming statistics. The first one being that top-achieving high school graduates from low-income families now head immediately off to college at the same rate as the lowest-achieving students from high-income families. The second alarming statistic is that by age 24, 75% of young people coming from families earning more than $80,000 per year earn a bachelor's degree, while the corresponding figure for those from families earning less than $25,000 per year is 9%. This shows that it is much harder for low-income families to graduate college, and this also leads to them having less success later in life. If you look to the chart in the top right part of this corner, you can see the comparison from high school achievement to income levels, and you again see the relation of that first quartile achievement level for high-income students being 77% attending college, as well as the highest achieving fourth quartile of low-income students having a 78% rate of college attendance. How can we address this problem? This problem is more easily addressed for those who are already of working age, and that is just to simply increase wages. A wage increase can be secured in a number of ways. Simply increasing minimum wage to a number that people can actually live off of. An increased minimum wage has been argued against because some jobs aren't seen as valued in society. I think this value is only placed on this work because of who most often has the fast food jobs, which is teenagers. When teens go to school, these jobs still need to be done, and they must still be done by adults. Everyone working full-time should earn a livable wage, and the other ways that wages can be addressed include ideas such as universal income, a universal pay rate for everyone, and free job training for adults in trades to increase the number of skilled workers in the workforce, thus driving up the number of people who have access to livable wage jobs. Addressing this issue with youth in America, particularly those who are actively trying to find their future career paths, can be simple as well, and it can be as simple as free college education for everyone. An increased number of college graduates means an increase in the skilled labor pool for employers, and it also leads to increasing the potential job pool for anyone who chooses to go to college and apply themselves to earn a degree. Addressing this issue might not be a final solution, however. Jared Bernstein notes in his article, Is Education the Cure for Poverty?, that one study found that a year of schooling raised the earnings of welfare recipients by 7%. And this means that education, even a small amount, prepared these individuals for higher paying work. Bernstein also notes in his article that this mostly pushed individuals closer to the poverty level rather than pushing them over it. Again, a reminder of social mobility being more difficult. If you look up to the right side of the screen, the USA has less social mobility than any other country, and this is further proof of that issue. Will this work for everyone? Education can increase job opportunities for individuals, but it does not address the issues of total job quality in our society. Jared Bernstein again states in his article, Is Education the Cure for Poverty? Education is a supply-side policy. It improves the quality of workers, not the quality or quantity of the jobs. Now, this can mean that finding middle-class income level work is even more frustrating. Workers can find themselves prepared and ready for work with nowhere to go to do it. There is a current trend in job growth, however, but unfortunately these jobs include little to no education or training, and these jobs also are not high paying. These jobs include retail workers, waiters and waitresses, food prep workers, home health aides, maids, and housekeepers. This leads us to the question of not will work be available for Americans, but will that available work be of a livable wage, and not just whether or not will there be work at all. So where do we go from here? A good starting point to solve this issue is getting more of America's youth coming from low-income families to attend college. It is proven that further education leads to workers having more job opportunities and being better prepared for the workforce in general. We can achieve this by systematically providing relief to those who need it the most. I think Mike Rose said it best in his article, Community College, the Great Equalizer. Rose states that addressing economic and social inequality will be a massive national undertaking, for it will involve everything from monetary policy and tax reform to rebuilding the social safety net. The more modest goal of lifting some weight off of the students we've been discussing will also be demanding. It begins with increased financial aid and the establishment of emergency grant and loan programs. I take Mike Rose to mean by this that no college student should have to drop out just because they can't afford to further their education. And I think a good way to start this reform is by providing grants and financial aid to students who need them to help them continue on their path. Again, to further Mike Rose's thoughts, no student should have to worry about paying their rent or how they are going to get their next meal while they are working on their education. Providing education at a free or affordable rate would help students achieve this level of security. We again know that education serves more purpose than just something to pad your resume. Some classes truly engage your mind. We have learned in this class how to think critically. You also learn how to communicate in a meaningful way, whether that be with your classmates, work colleagues, or promoting yourself to future employers. College is much harder for students coming from low-income households to attend than it is for their counterparts coming from more well-to-do families. As a nation and society, we must institute legislative changes to level the playing field and make it easier for all Americans to climb the social ladder, and that starts with their access to college. This image serves again as a reminder to what economic inequality does to a society. There is a lower life expectancy. There are issues with math and literacy associated with income inequality. There are issues of infant mortality, homicide rates, imprisonment, teenage births. Our trust with one another is related to social inequality. There is issues with obesity rates, mental illness, drug and alcohol addiction, and again, a reminder of social mobility. All of these problems, again, worse in the USA, where social inequality is the biggest problem. And we can start by solving that problem by getting all youth the opportunity to attend college and further their potential. Thank you.